Hey guys, hope all is well. Today is April 1st and welcome to the 420 Challenge. And what is the 420 Challenge, you ask? Stick around and I'll tell you. No, the 420 Challenge is not about marijuana. Sorry to bust your bubble on that. Personally, I don't do the weed. Not that I didn't partake in the past. To each their own. So what is my version of the 420 Challenge? It's quite simple, really. It's walking for 4 miles every day for 20 days in a row. That doesn't mean 4 miles total throughout the day. It means 4 hours in one separate shot. That means dedicating a certain amount of time to walk a continuous 4 miles. And I might throw in a little light jogging into that as I'm trying to incorporate a little bit more of that into my workouts. And as it's April 1st, you got to do it for 20 days in a row, which ends on 420. So that's 4 miles a day for 20 days in a row until 420. And who knows, maybe on that 20th day, I'll crank out a 20 miler. We'll see what happens. So that's about the gist of it, 4 miles for 20 days. And you got to do it no matter what the weather is, no matter how you're feeling. You just got to crank it out. If you miss a day for whatever reason, that's a failed challenge. The downfall about this challenge is, well, it happens in April. If you guys watch some of my other videos, you will know that April is my least favorite month out of the year here in Wisconsin. I just heard a loon, guys. That's awesome. That's the best sounding bird in the world if you ask me. A loon. And that's also the best part of April, as all the birds are moving back in. The loons do not stick around. They only stop here for a little while before they head up to northern Wisconsin. I gotta say, that was a pretty good catch. It's actually a pretty cool morning. It's in the 30s right now, but not too windy. And the Judge Bank down here is actually kind of busy. Why am I doing the 420 Challenge? Well, there's many reasons for that. The main reason is I just like doing challenges once in a while. Another reason, I'm fat. Another reason, which this is a big one, I feel like I'm freaking dying, to be honest with you. I'm 50 years old and I'm headed in the wrong direction, and I'm heading there a little bit faster than I would like. That all kind of started a little over 2 years ago after a nasty bout of COVID that almost took me out. I was ventilated, hanging on for my life. It was pure hell. In fact, that's exactly what it felt like. It felt like somebody dropped me off in hell for about 20 some days and just brought me back one day. Ever since then, I get sick a lot easier. Feels like I'm sick for, I don't know, a good couple of months every winter at least. Sinus infections just drag on for months. This past year, late summer, early fall, I was not able to breathe right anymore. Still don't know what that was all about, but it was definitely concerning. No, I did not go to the doctor for that, but I did mention it to my doctors. They didn't seem too interested. So I fought through all those breathing issues until recently. They seem to have improved a little bit. Also, unfortunately, sometime in the past couple months, maybe 6, 7, 8 weeks ago, I went into atrial fibrillation, which I've been doing for 10 years, but this time it has never gone away. So I am now in permanent atrial fibrillation, where it just never goes away. there's a good chance that'll be like that the rest of my life. Basically, it comes down to, I don't think there's a whole lot medically that they can do to help me. So I gotta go down fighting, and I gotta take it into my own hands. And that means you gotta be strict. You gotta get out there, work hard, and do it yourself, because nobody's gonna do it for you, that's for sure. Definitely not easy in this world we live in, as we got junk filling the grocery stores, and our health care, if you ask me, is questionable at best. I did a weigh-in this morning. I am at 210 pounds. I also checked my BMI, and it says I should weigh about 170 pounds. That's 40 pounds, folks. That's way too much to be carrying around, especially when you're dealing with many health concerns. That extra weight is definitely not a good idea. So we will monitor the weight for these 20 days, see if we can get that lower than 210. I wouldn't mind seeing like a 5-pound loss in these 20 days. I also, on my belt loop, guys, I'm at 4 notches. I've been stuck there for quite a while. If I can click that down a notch, that would be awesome. So we will monitor that. 4 notches, 210 pounds on the scale. And of course, April 1st, change of the month, starting the new 420 challenge. We should probably upgrade my diet. Sometimes I think I do pretty good, but I'm lying to myself. I gotta straighten that all out too. So what are we gonna do for diet-wise? For me, I'm a meat eater, so I'm gonna be mostly animal-based, though I will incorporate some carbs into the diet. I'm gonna try sticking to mostly meat, beef, lamb, chicken, and I don't mind adding a little potatoes in here and there, a little bit of rice, a little bit of veggies. I'm not necessarily shooting for keto. If that happens, great, but I might slowly move into that realm and maybe move into carnivore after that. We will see how it goes. Depends how my body functions. If you incorporate a lot more working out into your life, those carbs are sometimes nice to have, but we'll see what happens. My biggest problem is I am addicted to sugar, and that addiction is real, folks. It sucks, but goddamn, I got myself a sweet tooth. Also on the animal-based diet, I think you're good to go if you start worrying about cholesterol and stuff like that. Once you get full carnivore, the doctors will start looking at you funny because your cholesterol numbers are going to cheat up. So I think a way to keep them cholesterol numbers is to add a sweet potato here and there, and that'll knock that cholesterol number down for you. Keep your doctors happy. So yeah, diet, pretty simple. Heavy meat, some veggies, a little bit of potatoes and rice. And that's what we'll try sticking to. We will try my best not to eat sugar in these 20 days, and hopefully even longer than that. Because once you start chewing on that stuff, you get your addiction back and you want to keep going. Because sugar addiction isn't any different than any other addiction. If you're addicted to alcohol, you're not going to drink alcohol in moderation. You're probably just going to stop it completely. And that's probably the best way to get rid of sugar addiction, is to stop it completely. Moderation will not work for a lot of people, and that might be me. All right, guys, we got 1 lap in, which is 1 mile, 3 more to go. And also, to conclude the diet portion of this video, I'll probably be incorporating quite a bit of intermittent fasting. I usually try sticking to around 16-8, which means you don't eat for 16 hours and you have an 8-hour eating window. Usually I shoot from noon to 8 for my eating window. However, I am not overly strict on that. If I wake up at 8 a.m. and I am just super hungry, I might not wait till noon. Maybe I'll push it till 10:30. It'll all depend on the day. That being said, in these 20 days, maybe I'll throw in at least one 24-hour fast just to reduce some calories in there. And usually when you're getting towards the end of a 24-hour fast, you feel pretty damn good. This next portion of the video is going to be about problems losing weight. Why can't I lose weight? Reason one, I'm fairly certain I have not been strict enough with my diet. So we're going to try like hell to straighten that out. Reason number two, I am 50 freaking years old right now. How did that happen, by the way? I'm definitely not in my 30s anymore. So that makes a difference. Reason number three, it's hard for me to lose weight. I am on a medication that is a beta blocker. Those things are known for weight gain, and I take a decent amount of them because of my atrial fibrillation. If I don't take them, my heart rate cranks up to like 150, sometimes 200. So I take them to keep my heart rate down, and that does not help when you're trying to lose weight. And what's ever up with them beta blockers, you know, they slow your heart down. I think they also slow your metabolism down. Just not a great drug when you're trying to lean yourself out. So there's your reason number four, is the atrial fibrillation. I am now in permanent AFib. That means my heart doesn't beat thump thump, thump thump, thump thump, thump thump. It doesn't do that anymore. It sounds more like a Harley Davidson. It's kind of all over the place. So, you know, it doesn't pump blood like it should. You don't get the oxygen like it should. So it makes everything a bit harder. Makes exercise harder. I do gotta say, with all these conditions I have, I am blessed that I can even get out of here and go for a walk. Reason number five, by the way, this list is in no particular order, because this reason should probably be number one. I have hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. That's kind of what set everything off with the heart. That's probably the reason I do have atrial fibrillation. What is hypertrophic cardiomyopathy? Well, you know, when you hear all these stories about athletes passing out, tipping over on the field and dying with sudden cardiac arrest, I would say a good portion of those athletes are dealing with hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, and they probably didn't even know it. Because unfortunately, sometimes there ain't no symptoms. Sometimes the very first symptom is sudden cardiac arrest. So what does hypertrophic cardiomyopathy cause? Well, for me, mine is at the apex of my heart. I have an apical bulge or aneurysm, whatever you want to call it. And another problem I have is I have significant scarring on my heart, which is over 30% scarring. What does that mean? It means my body doesn't get enough oxygen from my heart because my heart can't pump the blood like it's supposed to. You guys will hear me slurring words and fumbling a little bit with my speech. That's the reason why, because my heart is not pumping like it should. More reasons I might not be losing weight. Maybe I'm not active enough, though all those things I just mentioned takes away from me being as active as I would like. But let me tell you, I try my best. I really do. And I'm going to even try harder. I see a lot of people online. I'm on a lot of health forums. I take my health seriously. There's a lot of people with my conditions, and a lot of them sit on their couch. A lot of them take their garbage down and call it a day. So again, I don't know what's different about me. I do try to get up and try to keep moving. There's a popular saying out there that I really like, and the saying is, a body in motion stays in motion, a body at rest stays at rest. And I think that's true. I tell you what, you're not gonna find me sitting on the couch until I die. I'm gonna be up and moving. When I die, I might be out on a walking trail, or maybe on a motorcycle, who knows. But you gotta keep moving, keep going for it. That's all you can do. Sometimes you got a choice. You can choose to stay alive, or you can choose to live. Those are two different things if you ask me. I just thought of one last thing that might stop from gaining the weight loss you're trying to get is home life. You got people sometimes relying on you for certain things. They want you around for certain things. They want you to do certain things with them. When maybe instead you'd rather be out hiking somewhere, trying to get some exercise. Instead, to try keeping everybody else happy, you go do something and help them people out, which in turn sometimes pulls away from your own health. I think that's just kind of part of life. That's how it goes. So you got to figure out a way around all that, because you definitely need to take care of yourself. I apologize if this video is a little bit wishy-washy. Honestly, I just grab my phone and I go for it. Not sure what I'm always going to say. I just grab it and I win it. Kind of how I live my life. I just kind of win it. Though it is a chilly day, a cloudy day, we do have beautiful Buffalo Lake as a backdrop for a walk. The wind is down. Sometimes it gets pretty nasty out here, as this is a straight east-west wind tunnel pulling off probably high 30-degree temperature water. So I can't complain for today. Like I said, not too shabby, is it? Got a little muskrat swimming out there. Probably can't see it. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. This is a video I made. If it sucks, I'm sorry. If you made it this far, congratulations. As this 420 challenge continues, as today is April 1st, so we got 20 more days, I will try making 20 videos. It'll probably be a lot of me rambling about random stuff. So who knows? I'll kind of keep you informed where we're at, see what we're doing waist-wise, see how the heart's holding up, all that good stuff. The weather, we'll have to deal with that. April is all over the place. It's the biggest reason I hate April. Like I said earlier, maybe on the 420 day, maybe I'll crank out a 20. I've always wanted to push myself and do things like that. And for some reason, that never happened. So who knows? I'm at least throwing it out there. It's a possibility. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna let you go with some parting shots. I'm at about 2 miles. If you want to hear some more ramblings, I'll probably be back tomorrow. Come check it out. Until then, see you next time.